crazy because we still remember the assignment, and it's
Mhm.
that assignment that like sparked our interest in the history of our city. Like we learned so much from this young impression of like you were young TFA like coming into the city, and you invested in our community in a way that we hadn't seen before,
Mhm.
and you planted seeds in us that still inform our work today. Like, and I don't think
Absolutely.
you realize the magnitude of the work
Mhm.
that you did in Camden.
We, pass that down to our own children. And, people think that kids are too young to absorb information or to understand anything that you're talking about. But that's what we want to instill in our children from a young age. So we often do bring that up. Like, we had this great teacher, Mr. Greenman, and we had to do this 10-page report, and it helped us invest in our city. And this is why we're raising you guys here and X, Y, and Z. So it's just like it really was a lasting impression on us. And I think that because we were two out of the few students that actually completed the
Actually completed.
assignment, it made us have more appreciation for you and understand that you weren't there just to do a job, but to really like invest in the people who come from the city of Camden.
Mm.
So
I
Oh,
mean, the first like political event like I attended, it was something I think in Fairview, that you invited us to. Like this was not a school event. This was like on a Saturday. And there was a group of us that you were like, hey, there's something happening in the community. I really want you to come there. And that was like one of the first, like in the seventh grade, one of the first like political events I had ever attended.
wow.
mm,
So yeah, and again, like you didn't have to do that, but like you
right.
invested in our community in a way that we hadn't seen, especially from someone who wasn't from our community.
Hmm.
I remember one time I saw you walking your dog. I said, Mr. Greenman, walking his dog. And you don't see that often. You don't see your teachers often in public like that. So, yeah, it just always showed that you had some sort of commitment, and I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. I mean, even today, like anybody in my principal was just talking about this earlier, to one of the people we were interviewing. She was like, if you want to know anything about Camden history, talk to Iran. Like that's become my like that's what I'm known for. And you planted that seed.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, why don't we back up a second because we kind of you guys were giving me such good stuff that I felt like I needed to jump right in. Why don't you guys introduce yourself? Tell me, who you are, when you met me, and then please tell folks a little bit about your story. Because when I knew you, you were two seventh graders. You were not dating, and I'd love to hear your story. So yeah, why don't we go from there?
Ladies
Okay.
first.
All right. Well, my name is Cherie Mercado, formerly Cherie Bookman. I was a student at Morgan Village Middle School in the seventh grade where I first met Mr. Greenman. I cannot fix my mouth to call you Adam, so it's gonna be Mr. Greenman.
It's fine.
But that school environment, it was feisty. It was a lot going on. But he was one of the individuals that really invested into us and really just but yeah, so the school environment, it was feisty. But Mr. Greenman, you never gave up on us. I saw that you were a teacher that was invested, so I'm like, hey, well then I'm gonna do whatever he's asking me to do. So yeah, that was my experience in meeting you and us sticking together like glue throughout my time at Morgan. But a little bit about me. I'm now Cherie Mercado. I'm a school psychologist in the Kansas City School District. This is my fourth year, and obviously married to Ira Mercado. You know him as, but as he's gotten older, it's Iran. So, Iran Mercado, we have two beautiful children, 7-year-old daughter, 9-year-old son, and I am currently going into my last year of my PhD program. So I will be Dr. Cherie Mercado, God willing, April 2027, with my PhD in educational psychology.
Oh,
I also have a nonprofit organization called the Scholars Garden, and that organization focuses on trauma informed experiences and trauma informed practices for Black and Brown students in the community. So just really like focusing on training teachers and staff members on how to teach the kids, how to allow the kids to be vulnerable, allow the kids to build resilience and things of that sort. So that's a little bit about me.
that's amazing. And
You.
Iran?
I guess I'll go now, following that. My name is Iran Mercado. I met Mr. Greenman at Morgan Village Village Middle School, my seventh grade year. And Mr. Greenman, I believe you were what, Teach for America teacher?
Yeah. Yep.
And they just threw you to the wolves. And it was just like figure it out. But one thing that I realized about you is that you always went back to the drawing board. Like you showed us, like it wasn't, you didn't have to say much. You showed us through your actions, like that you cared about us. You cared about our trajectory. And not only that, but like you were invested in our community. And that just meant a lot. I'm currently an assistant principal at one of the Renaissance KIPP schools in Camden. I am going into my third year of my educational doctorate program. I'm obtaining a doctorate in educational leadership. I'm also an ordained minister, Little Rock Baptist Church here in the city, and homeowner in the city. Both Cherie and I went away to college. She went to Spelman in Atlanta. I went to Howard in Washington, D.C. While most people would move to those areas and stay there, Cherie and I were intentional with coming back to give back to our community, because the perception is that if everyone who goes out and develops themselves leaves the community, who's going to take care of the community? We are intentional with raising our kids here. We are intentional with making sure that they go to school here. We are intentional with living here and living where we actually work. So we did just purchase a home, and we don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon.
That's amazing. It's so cool to hear both of you are in doctoral programs. Where are you doing yours, Iran?
I'm at Rowan University.
Okay, nice. I when my kids were a little younger than yours, I went back and got my doctorate in educational leadership from Northeastern University. So
nice.
It makes me very excited to hear that you guys are doing that.
That 10-page paper started us off.
I'm telling you.
So
I think I might have submitted 7. I don't know.
I think you two were two of the only ones that fully finished. There were a lot of, not finished, but people that tried real hard, and I appreciated it. But you guys did such a nice job on that, and I wonder if I have those somewhere. To be honest, I saved all my stuff from my time at Morgan Village, and so
that would be dope if you had those.
I gotta go and look. They were on one of those like USB drives somewhere. So no, I still have your grade books from when I was a teacher. I mean, it was crazy. So what do you remember about me? We've talked about some of the like big picture stuff, but what do you remember about me as a teacher?
I would say that you were just always very, very kind, and I know that sounds cliche, but again, we have to recognize that during that time, a lot of people who were in the city were just working to get a paycheck. And you could tell it was obvious. You spent a lot of time with us, like even after school, and we would be like, "Oh, we going to Mr. Greenman classroom," or even if it was like lunchtime, let's go see what Mr. Greenman is doing, because you made us feel so welcome. Like you really made us feel like you were invested, and you were. You would have like casual conversations with us. You didn't treat us like we were kids. You knew we were kids, but you didn't treat us like, oh, there's nothing that I can learn from them, or whatever I'm saying to them, they don't understand what I'm saying. Like it really was just like casual conversation, and I think it's very important for young people to feel welcome in their own environment. So that was a big piece for me, and I'm still appreciative for that to this day.
All of that, everything Cherie just said. In addition, I just remember your relentless like pursuit to like connect with us. Like it wasn't like I'm just going to talk to the easy kids. That's easy to talk to. Like even the students who misbehave, you connected with them in a way where they couldn't even misbehave in class. You showed us like true investment in the community. You were, like I said before, like you were new. You were fresh out of college, young, but there was a fire that we witnessed. You didn't just talk about it. You showed us through your actions that like we're important. Our community is important. Investing in our community is important. You also like I remember now the student government. You brought student government back to Morgan. So like prior to then, like this is something we would see on TV, like kids running for president at our school. But like you took that back, and we had campaign posters, and just the level of exposure in that 7th grade year had an impact on us significantly till this day. Like we joke about things that happen in your class. Like I remember former students, and
I was just about to bring that up.
One of the former students, we were being a little like boisterous and like a little, 7th grade,
Nice way to say it. Yep.
And you got so frustrated.
I've never seen you that angry in my life, ever.
And you were like, I am. And then one of our classmates
Ugly.
Ugly. But instead of you getting upset and like doubling down, like you laughed with us.
You laughed, and
Created
that
like
was
an
so
open, like a safe
memorable.
space for us to show us, like, hey, like you're still human beings. Like I don't have to. This class doesn't have to be like this rigid, like boring experience. But you laughed with us, so now the whole class is laughing. But what you did was you planted a seed with that student. So then when he came back the next day, he was different. He had a
Yep.
different level of respect for you.
Yeah.
So
And
No,
it also showed in that moment that that wasn't who you are. You're not the person that's going to yell and who and how. That's not who you are. So in that space when we saw that, like, yeah, man, Mr. Greenman, we can rock with him. Like, I don't even know why he tried to yell. That's not who he is. And he's just so fun. So it just made us have even more respect for you, and as a teacher and as a person. So.
thank you. Yeah, no,
Mhm.
I remember there used to be the Mr. Greenman red scale, like the redder my face would get,
Yes.
and like it got to a point where people in the class would just say, "Yo, guys, Mr. Greenman is getting red. Like, let's calm it down a
Mhm.
bit. Let's reel it in." So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That means a
yeah.
lot.
I remember the writing assignment we had to do. No, there was like you chose, it was an end of the year project and we had to choose between like writing a speech or like a poem or something like that. Speaking out against some, I don't even remember the lesson, but I remember the writing activity specifically because I was going to, when I was applying to Creative Arts High School, I was going to use that writing sample just in case I didn't get in for vocal. I was going to use that to get in for creative writing.
Wow.
But there are a lot of like we remember more than you might think, Mr. Greenman.
Amazing. So what went through your head when I reached out and told you I was running for mayor?
That makes sense. That makes complete like because we followed your journey. Like even on social media, like you started in Camden, like you were, trying to do some things here. And so when I saw that, it was just like, oh yeah, of course he's running for mayor. And then what's next? And then what's after that? And then what's after that?
I was pretty excited. I was pumped. I was like, "Oh, Mr. Greenman's running for mayor. That's awesome! Like, he's definitely going to get it." That's all
Mhm.
I was saying. I was just so happy because I'm like, he deserves this so much. Like, I don't know, you're just a great person. Invest in everything that you do. You do it, with dignity and integrity. So it's just like, oh, he got this. But I was just so ecstatic to hear that you were like actually running for mayor. That's awesome.
If you guys could tell the voters one thing about me, what would it be?
If we could tell the voters one thing about Mr. Greenman, it would be that his level of dedication is something that I have not, even as an administrator, that I hope that my teachers could emulate. And if and the impact that Mr. Greenman has had on us, I only wish to have on the students that I teach every day. A lot of who we are, even as a couple, even in terms of what we stand for in our community, you planted those seeds. Mr. Greenman will fight relentlessly to ensure that what needs to be done will be done. And there's a different level of investment that he has, even in terms of people who he may not know, because that's just who he is.
Yeah, he nailed it. Very consistent, just a great listener to the point where you can adapt yourself to what people need, right? If I could put that in better terms, like you listen so you can make change. You listen so you can see what people want to see. You could do what people want to be done. I don't know. It's hard for me to explain, like put it into words, but I'm better at like giving examples. For like example, if I'm trying to think of a good example, or maybe I could just even take it from our experience. But yeah, if I'm taking it from our experience, it's just the same thing I said earlier. Like you invited us into a space where we can talk and you would listen to us and just give advice or just even be a place for us to vent. And you made it feel like it was okay. It was okay to be okay. It's okay to not be okay. And that's definitely something that anybody would want in a mayor. Somebody that's actually listening, somebody that's really, not getting offended when advice is given or they're saying, the things that they want to see change or any idea that they have. So you are the epitome of that. And that's why I think you would be a perfect candidate and a perfect mayor. So that's all I have.
Yeah, I mean it's like if you made this impact here in a few short years that you were here, like Cherie and I are in our mid-30s now. You had us when we were what 13, 12?
Something
Mm-hmm.
like that. Yeah.
12,
Yep.
13. The impact that you've had on us is like insurmountable. Like our community is benefiting from the work that you did in our community through us. If you can do that here in a community that's new, in a community that you didn't know, that you weren't familiar with, just imagine what you could do in a community that you live in a community that you like have like true investment in. If you could do that there, just I mean here, just imagine what you could do there.
You guys are gonna make me cry. I know that's not what you're trying to do, but you're definitely we're like almost there. The lump is getting bigger, and anything else that you want to share with the people of Pawtucket before I just, tell you guys how proud I am of both of you?
Pawtucket, sometimes change is good. Sometimes change, don't get used to being in a norm. Because you get used to being in a norm, that's what you get comfortable with. And when you get comfortable, you're not really vulnerable or you're not really honest with the things that you want to see or the changes that need to happen. It's change is okay, and especially when the change is going to be a great change. So, I'm rooting for you, Mr. Greenman. I truly believe that you will be an impeccable mayor. I feel like you will even still, like, when you win, you'll still be able to collaborate with the previous mayor and still bring him into your work and show like this is a collaborative effort, and we just want to do what's best for our town, our city, and things of that sort. So, just a reminder, like changes can be good, and with this change, I promise, like y'all are in great hands, great hands.
Well, everything Cherie just said. She- but in
Looking like a
addition,
really good husband right there.
listen, everything Cherie just said, but in addition, I'm gonna be a little cliche, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is insanity. Eventually, when change is necessary, important decisions have to be made and real decisions have to be made. And I think that the reflection should be, do we want to continue with status quo or do we want a real change? And if you want a real change, then you need to elect Adam Greenman. That's it. Ultimately, but also Mr. Greenman has a squad of people behind him in Camden too, who will show up if need be. Because even though he was our teacher for a year, the fact that we're in our mid 30s, he was our seventh grade teacher. The fact that we're in our mid 30s and are still connected and still have a relationship and they're still able to hop on a Zoom call and say, yes, absolutely. No, if you need us there, we will be there. That's a testament to the work that Mr. Greenman has done. That's a testament to the level of dedication, and the level of investment that he had in the community that he didn't even know. Like I said, you don't know how often me and Cherie joke about your class and things that have
And
happened.
that's the thing. It's not even just me and Iron. Like I don't know if you remember my best friend Shakira Johnson. I
Shakira
could call
Johnson.
Shakira and we would be, oh my God. Remember when Mr. Greenman Or Mr. Greenman was our favorite teacher in seventh grade. And I'm not just saying that just because we really did not have the best teachers in seventh grade at all. But we look forward to going to your class. Even if we knew, all right, now we could be in here and we could joke a little bit because Mr. Greenman not going to tell it. He ain't going to do too much. So it was like it's not just us two that remember it. Like it's like I would say, it's a few of us. It's a few of us, more than a few, that remember the impact and the experience that you gave us in middle school. And that was a tough middle school. So for you to be new and come in and lay down the line, I'm telling you,
You were an
unforgettable.
anomaly. Yeah, seriously, you were an anomaly
Unforgettable.
because
Mm-hmm.
you were the first teacher I feel like I met like real like lead teacher that I met that lived in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
you and you weren't even like, you know what I mean? Like you kind of got sent here through TFA, but like you were intentional in that, okay, if I'm going to work here, I'm going to live here.
Mm-hmm.
And like that made a huge impression on us.
Were
Like
you in Fairview, Mr. Greenman?
I was,
yeah,
yeah.
he was in
Yes. Yep.
Fairview. Like
Yeah, I saw you walking the
you were
dog.
one
Yes,
of
you were in
the
Fairview.
only teachers like literally that we met and we're in the seventh grade that actually lives in our community. And it was like to us, it was strange because we had never seen it before.
Right.
But what it did was lay the foundation, like, yeah, you should live where you work. You should invest in
Which
the
is why
community.
we are doing exactly what we're doing now. We live where we work. Iron literally
Exactly.
walks to work.
2 minute walk.
2 minute walk.
I love it.
You know how much money we saving on gas?
Oh, it was one of the best things about living in Fairview. I could
Right.
made it easy to get to Morgan Village. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and like to be like I'm just gonna be transparent. Like young dude, fresh out of college, white dude, walking his dog in the middle of Fairview. Like
A black neighborhood.
these are not things that we saw. So
Mm-mm.
like I said, it wasn't you didn't just say, you didn't just show up in the classroom. You showed us like through how you maneuvered in your intentional decisions, like what it means to like invest in a community and what it means to like truly show up for the
Mm-hmm.
community that is servicing you. Cause like it was clear like you appreciated Camden and you showed that
Mm-hmm.
through what you also gave to Camden.
Well,
Then
now
you got to
it's
recognize too, to add on. I know we talking a mile a minute, but there's
okay.
people we've worked with as adults that come to Camden. Oh, I don't want to walk. I don't want to walk over here. I'm scared. And we looking at them like, what are you talking about? Like, if you're saying this to us as adults, I can only imagine what you're saying to them in that classroom. Like, what are we doing here? So just that alone, like you just being a part of, you became a part of our community.
Yep.
So
That's good.
Now it's my turn to just tell you guys how great you are. And I mean, everything you said about those, I was a 22-year-old kid. I had a lot more hair back then, but you
You
know,
were 22.
He was fresh
22.
out of college,
Oh,
man.
Really,
I didn't know the age at that time. Like we didn't.
you
That's
no,
crazy.
I remember kids used to, when they would try to guess my age, people would be like, "Are you 50 years old?" And I'm like,
Now, come
50
on.
years old? Are you kidding me? As fondly as you remember those years, I remember them just as fondly. And the two of you in particular just were a light every single day, honestly. You were the kinds of kids that every teacher looks forward to. When you have one bad class, you look at your schedule and you say, all right, Iron and Cherie are coming next, and Shakira too. And it's so nice to hear that you're still like connected with those guys. And I was so grateful to have you as students back then. I look back on my time in Camden, and it just means so much to know that I had the kind of impact that you all are saying I did. And it means so much. And that
Yeah.
time meant so much to me. It's where I met my wife, and I just really look fondly on that time. But mostly I'm just so proud of the people, the adults you have become, like not just getting married, having kids, but the fact that you're giving back to your community, the fact that both of you are educators or in education. Teacher can't ask for anything more.
Thanks, Mr. Greenman.
Just is, I don't even know what else to say. You guys, I'm just so proud of both of you,
Thank you.
and just so proud of you. And it's been such a joy to watch you grow and watch you sort of get into these roles and step into these roles and become the people you are today. And Camden's better for it. I'm better for it. And I'm just really, really grateful for both of you. And the next time I'm down there visiting my dad, I'm definitely gonna reach out and
We got to do lunch.
You
We
know.
got to do lunch or
Please
dinner.
do.
Yeah, please.
I don't know what restaurants are still there that were there 20 years ago, but we'll find one. I'll take you to lunch for just the incredible impact you had on my life, and just
Thanks, Mr. Greenman.
How many years ago was seventh grade? Thank you, Mr. Green. How many years ago was seventh
That
grade?
was 2005, so that's 21 years ago.
21 years ago, right? I hope that in 21 years, I can reach out to one of my seventh graders that I had 21 years ago and say, hey, can you do this thing for me? And they'll jump up. Like, no questions asked. Like, when you reached out to us, there was no question about whether we would be here at all.
I was like, I'll clear my schedule.
I told Cherie, like, guess who just messaged me? And guess what he's asking for? And the first thing out of her mouth was like, yeah. Of course, like when?
I was like, what, Mr. Greenman?
Yeah,
Of course.
it's like tell him I said hi. So like there was no hesitation whatsoever, and it's like we are just paying forward. We're just paying it forward. Like, and these are things that I'm glad that we have the opportunity to share with you. Because you may not have ever known like the impact that you really had on us.
No, I can't tell you. Like I said, it's I'm gonna think about this conversation. I'm so proud to be running for mayor, and I'm so glad to be in my community. But this is the kind of work that it makes everything worth it. It really does. And I know that you're having
so
that
excited
kind of impact on the kids and families that you're working with every day too. I just know it.